we continue speaking about water. Okay, how are you today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling
Good. Dan, how are you?
I'm afraid because sunshine.
The sun is shining.
And why are you afraid?
Oh dear sun, will you please stop shining?
Yeah.
Yes, it promised. Surprised. How are you?
I'm hungry.
Hungry. Well, actually, this is not edible.
Yeah.
This is, and this is not pure
drink some
drinking
water.
water. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
It's water for
all
Brazil.
these lessons we were speaking about water. So, what do you know about water? The task was to learn about the water. So, Uля, what do you know about the water?
It can be salt and fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be drinkable also.
Mm-hmm.
There is no new water on earth.
Mm-hmm.
The water is also in the clouds, and the water is are the clouds.
What else?
We can drink it.
Well, can we drink all the water? No. Sofa, what do you know about the water?
I know about they use water under the ground
Mm-hmm.
and something.
Some water is under the ground.
Yes,
Mhm.
and some in the air.
In the air.
Yes.
Now let's look and let's think about the grammar.
Oh, it's better.
If it is warm, snow melts.
Page 113. So, can you continue these sentences, the conditions, the laws of nature about the water? When you heat ice, it melts. When you
Cold.
cool water,
It's a verb
freezes. Mm-hmm.
It's rain.
Great clouds are too heavy.
It rains. Mhm.
When the sun hits the sea water, water goes into the air.
When Max,
When the sun hits the sea, what? Water goes into the air.
very good. And if okay, now my dear, what are the laws of nature? What are the laws of nature? Let's look what we've got. We are sort of a laboratory. We've got 2 glasses with water. So it's liquid, right? Not snow, not ice,
Basically.
not steam, just water. What do we know about water? The laws of nature. Use if sentences. Mark. Laws of nature. What do you know about water? Let's revise.
If you cool water, it's turning into snow or ice.
If you it
Turns.
Okay. Eva.
If sun hits
I've got some bowls with water. That's water. I've got some secret liquid, which is vegetable oil.
With oil.
That's vegetable oil. What do you know about vegetable oil? Not sunflower.
We
If
can.
you add it to
water,
water, they won't mix.
they go separate.
Why?
It
Why
what
can't they
happens?
mix? Just
What happens to the what happens to the oil when you pour it on top of water? Will
It's
it
not gonna mix
sink
with the
or
water.
float?
Flows.
Why?
because it
Because it is.
We also know that water is a very good solvent. It dissolves things. Okay, so if you put some paint into water,
It will mix.
it mixes and the water when you do experiments, put on protective gloves. Okay, first we are going to watch an experiment. Okay, now we watch it. Now please watch. What is the experiment about?
What happens if you put the marble in the water? It sinks. Why does it sink? Because it's heavy. What happens if you put the feather in the water? It floats. Why does it float? Because it's light. So why does a boat float? Well, it's heavy, but its surface area is very big. And what happens if you fill the boat with water?
Yes. Now you take turns. You have this conversation in pairs. Please start, but don't be very loud.
Look at my because it's heavy.
Why does it sink?
Is very bulletproof.
And what happens if you fill the boat with water?
It sinks because now it's much heavier.
Prokhor and Sofa. The rest you help, okay? Sofa, here is a conversation. Start reading.
I'm a girl.
Look at my experiment.
Prokhor?
What happens if you put the marble in water?
It sinks
Why does it sink?
because it's heavy.
What happens if you put the feather in the water?
It floats.
Very good. Now, Maxim and Pasha.
Who is first?
Pasha, you start.
Look at my experiment. What happens if you put the marble in the water?
It sinks.
Why does it sink?
Because it's heavy.
What happens if you put the
Look at my experiment.
What?
Who
can
happens?
What
What
happens?
happens if you put the marble in the water?
It sinks.
Look at my experiment.
Good job.
What happens if you put a marble in the water?
Now,
Sink.
Why does it sink?
Because it's heavy.
What happens if you put feather in the water?
It flows.
Why it flows?
Why it doesn't float?
Because it's
Light. What happens if you pour oil onto the water? It floats. Why does it float?
Because it's glass
For the kids.
Now,
Density.
This
Because
glass?
of density.
too small.
Glass are too small.
Sorry, they are for the children. Okay. So because it's lighter now, who is fix it up?
Oh my god!
No, Sprite. Monkey Sprite. Monkey
How am I
Sprite.
Sprite?
Monkey
And
Sprite.
you put
How?
the color into the water, and you pour all, and you pour. We need more color. What happens if I drop the colored water onto the surface of the
I think it
will
will
flow.
It will flow.
It will float. Why does it float?
Because
the density.
Sprite can
What?
No! What? Oh my god! No way! Sprite cranberry!
Now,
Drop by drop.
okay, what happens when you
much
drop
thinking.
the one little drops, very little drops.
It's like a jellyfish inside a.
Okay, it's my turn. Now, what do they look like?
Like bubbles.
Like fantastic bubbles, right? And what is happening? These little What are the results of our experiment? First, what do we know? Now, please, I want you to open your copybooks. Please write. And good job. Now, at the science lab. Okay? Now, please. What do we know? What does our experiment show? Now, laws of nature use when and if zero conditional. So, now please. What happened? Look at my experiment, yeah?
When we put drops of water in.
Why does it over water, comma, don't forget, it floats. Then, what happens? Then we need, that was the first part of our experiment. Then remember about the pain.
If we mix color, water.
What happens to the color? There is a word.
It makes.
What happens to the color we had it? The word
Orange.
dissolve. If you drop little drops of colored water onto the oil, what happens?
They float.
They first float and then